I like dinosaurs. I like Pokemon. Put them together and you get Dinosaur King, the only anime where you can watch a Triceratops shoot lightning bolts at a fire-breathing T-Rex. Today, I'm here with my pals Paleo and Sir Capybara.
Sup, pals? The name's Paleo, and I'll be your second narrator for today.
Greetings, friends. I'm obviously Sir Capybara, and I will be your third narrator for today.
Hey, what are you guys doing in your normal attire?
What do you mean? Were we supposed to dress up or something?
What? Are you expecting us to be in a mass-produced, marketable plushie?
Yes, actually. Look, I'm all chibi-fied as little Terry from the anime. And look at you two bozos, still in your normal avatars. Luckily, I invented the Chibi 9000 last Tuesday.
What in the world is that supposed to be?
Huh? Wait, don't tell me.
Don't worry, boys. This will only hurt a lot. Zap. Zap.
Ah!
Zap.
Ah!
Now, is that so bad? Jump in Jobaria. Oh, you know, different. I'll be right back. Here's the error. I had it set to P for pedo, when it should have been set to D for dino. Wait, is Mr. Beast even a pedo? Okay, I'm definitely saying pedo way too much in this video considering my target demographic. Zap. Aww. Much better.
Wait a second. What did we look like before?
Doesn't matter. This intro has already overstayed its welcome. You read the title, you know what we're doing, let's get into it.
First dinosaur of the main six is Spiny, who, if you don't know, is the purple and gray Spinosaurus from the Egypt episode, later becoming part of the Alpha Gang. Now, he's Spinosaurus. There's no way he should be the weakest, right? Oh no, Spiny's feats compared to everyone else in the show is completely buns! And you know what's bad when even the wiki says you're weaker than a robot lady. On top of that, if you search Spiny, there's all of his gifs is him getting packed. And everyone else on the list simply has better feet. He has such terrible durability that he got one-shotted by Futapausaurus.
Not to mention Spiny himself summoned that Futapausaurus. Homie actually got smoked by his own assist card. That is beyond embarrassing.
But one thing I do give him credit for is his fight against Jabaria. Another impressive thing is the space pirates had to use spectral armor for Jabaria to fight Spiny. So you can kind of assume Spiny is above base Jabaria. Spiny gets his fair shares of wins, but it's mostly getting discombobulated every time he's in a fight. Hence why he earned this spot on the list.
Number 5 in our list is the underrated Tank, surprisingly ranking higher than Spiny out of all things. Great work, Cole. Anyways, Tank was the first Earth element dinosaur introduced and the third dinosaur of the Alpha Gang. Surprisingly, she's a Cychania instead of the go-to Ankylosaurus, who debuted 6 episodes after Tank. Despite her name, Tank takes a lot of beatings from the entire series. She lost to all sorts of dinosaurs and one angry marine reptile. She was defeated by Terry, 2 times by Ankylosaurus, 3 times by Ace, 4 times by Chomp, once by parents summoned Seismosaurus, Spiny summoned Futapausaurus, which one-shotted her unfortunately, Therizinosaurus, Fukuisaurus, twice by Saurophagonax, once by Genie the Isosaurus, Gigas, Armatus, Maximus, and Cryolophosaurus as one of the 6 mates that got swept by Blizzard Smash, proving once again that Cryo is the go- Anyways, even with some losses, she does have a decent win count in this series to make up for it. Tank defeated a Utahraptor, Paris, the Spletosaurus, which used Earthquake on, Chomp with the help of Spiny, Saurolophus, Ampelosaurus, and a spectral armored Carcharodontosaurus. Damn you, Tank.
Hey, can we talk about how Tank had almost no help from the Alpha Gang during the fight with the Carcharodontosaurus? She held her own even without Dinotector armor. Also something that I noticed, most of Tank's wins are from her brute strength rather than her elemental damage. And if we weren't counting elements, maybe Tank would rank higher.
In conclusion, Tank was a decent dinosaur in the main 6 and albeit not the best. But she did do her role more than Spiny, ironically, due to the fact that she helped the Alpha Gang in getting an Ampelosaurus later in the series. Overall, this underused main is getting numero 5 in this list.
Don't get me wrong, Ace is leagues ahead of Tank and Spiny, but is still slightly lacking when it compared to his fellow D team members. When it comes to speed, no dinosaur in the entire anime outclasses him. Except maybe the Allosaurus. And the Sugamimus for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know, bro just really wanted that fish.
Ace's most impressive feat is undoubtedly his victory against the Alpha Acrocanthosaurus. To accomplish this, Ace faces his fear of water to create a giant hurricane to finally defeat the blazing dinosaur. Other notable W's include, but are not limited to, Spiny, Allosaurus, Spiny, Sugamimus, Spiny. Can you tell why we made this thumbnail? And even a Carcharodontosaurus, which just like the Acrocanthosaurus, he had a type disadvantage with. Besides the aforementioned speed, Ace's biggest strength is his ability to strategize. Besides his hurricane strat, when fighting the Allosaurus, he's seen taking the Toro part of his name literally, by acting as a bullfighter. With all these impressive feats under his belt, what makes Ace the weakest player? After a bit of discussion, we concluded Ace's problem is his attention span. Ace has a tendency to get easily distracted, especially when food is in question, and even completely refuses to participate in fights if there's water involved. With all that said, does Ace's attention deficiency really make him below the next dinosaur on our list?
So Cappy, mind explaining why we put Paris above Ace?
Gladly. So now, Paris does seem like she's more of a support character than an actual fighter, but this is very wrong. She has so many amazing feats that puts her at number 3. One example is her Nature's Blessing, which is arguably one of the best grass-type moves, being able to heal herself and other dinosaurs. Paris can take a ninja attack and use Seismon. That's another thing I want to go over, is her one-shot attack. She's been able to tear Terry apart with her Pteranodon attack. Along with that, she of course has Seismosaurus, which is pretty self-explanatory how broken it is. Another thing is that she literally swallowed a Cosmostone and went toe-to-toe with the Maximus with her Dinotector armor equipped. That's already a better feat than anyone else previously mentioned on the list. So basically, in conclusion, Paris has the durability and the hacks to beat everyone previously mentioned.
I guess that makes sense.
Oh, and one more thing is that she also has better physicals than Ace, which is another reason why she's placed higher than him.
Yeah, whatever.
But now, ladies and gentlemen and everyone else, it's time for the GOAT of Dinosaur King. Terrence T. Rex was the only one of Dr. Z's dinosaur cards to have never been lost. If it wasn't already obvious, being able to knock down Spiny and Tank in a single hit proves he's by far the most powerful Alpha Gang dinosaur. Unlike Spiny, Terry is proven to be a competent fighter, and unlike Tank, he has the natural aggression which may aid him in his combat abilities. Though Terry does sometimes get his tail handed to by Ace and Paris, that's really only because he's the Alpha Gang's most used dinosaur, making him defeated most often by default. And as we just went over, it's pretty obvious why he's used so often.
It's like having the choice between a flaming sword, a rock, or a wet sausage to bring to a fight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick the sword. To piggyback on my sword analogy, a sword's potential is only as great as a swordsman who wields it. In other words, the reason why Terry gets creamed more often than he should is because he has 3 idiots controlling him. Whenever Terry is in control of the siblings, Dr. Z, or even just doing his own thing, he has much better chances of winning. Honestly, the same is true for Tank. Even Spiny shows to be a skilled fighter when Laura commands him. But then again, that was in Carnival of Chaos and pretty much nothing makes sense in that episode. Let's take a look at Terry's arsenal to see his true potential. Volcano Burst is Terry's bread and butter. He's used this move more times than I can count, and for good reason. It's pretty powerful, and strangely, it's his only fire type attack besides Blazing Spin attack. The first time Terry was about to use this move, he was unfortunately interrupted by Helga before it could be initiated. This was in the previously mentioned Carnival of Chaos episode, which again, nothing makes sense in that episode. Terry also wants to use Fire Scorcher, so a Faganax's move, but this attack was unfortunately too much for him.
Is it just me, or am I engulfed in flames?
Heat Eruption, Mapusaurus' move, could have also been useful, but guess what idiots were controlling him? If you guessed the same idiot who let him get O-code by Hydra Cutter, you were right! Overall, Terry has potential to be already stronger than he is, but his performance is unfortunately held back by the carelessness of the Alpha Gang. Even the wiki itself states the lack of food is the reason why the Alpha Gang's dinosaurs are weaker. But then again, the main characters feed their dinosaurs frickin' dog food, so I guess they aren't better themselves. Anyway, I think we can all agree Terrence deserved much better.
Last but not least, the deserved one, the best one, and the most awaited one. It's Cryolophosaurus, huh? But wait, of course it's Cryo, cause it one-shots everyone in this damn list. I can name all the things it does to deserve the #1 rank. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, Chomp, the first dinosaur and main protagonist Max Taylor's first and main dinosaur to use. Making his debut in episode 1, Chomp was a Triceratops that had his card inside a meteorite. As it crashed in the forest, including his stone and move card, Electric Charge. Well, due to Chomp being the main protagonist's main buddy, he does have a decent amount of plot armor. I say decent because he has a not so surprising good win streak in the series, in which he defeated Terry several times, Spiny several times. Those two really can catch a break, honestly. Saltosaurus, Utahraptor, Tank multiple times, Amargasaurus, Ultyrhinus, Baryonyx, Deinonychus, Stegosaurus, Mapusaurus, Pentaceratops, Megalus,
2,000 years later.
and last but not least, Brontkins, with Ace and Paris. Whew, wow. Well, these wins aren't easy to get. He had to get a beating as well. Plot armors and everything, so here are his losses, which not surprisingly is lesser than his win streak overall. He was defeated by Terry twice, and got exhausted from battle, so he lost to Saltosaurus. He lost to Styracosaurus, while Alpha Grind was controlling it. Acrocanthosaurus, which was the alpha version. Spiny and Tank, who tag-teamed him. Velociraptor, which was modified by Seth, Allosaurus, Saurophaganax, Lexovisaurus, and Gigas. Chomp is the D team's main fighter, and the first to go in the field, so his moveset is the literal definition of offense is the best defense, consisting of Electric Charge, Lightning Spear, Lightning Strike, which was his second most used move, Thunder Bazooka, Thunderstorm Bazooka, which was a fusion move mixed with Cyclone through Ace, Plasma Anchor, Gatling Spark, Thunder Driver, Final Thunder, and Ultimate Thunder. As for the final verdict of this Yap Talk, Chomp is one hell of a beast, beating practically half the entire dinosaur roster in the series, and being the main character really did a lot in the long run, which was the main point to why Cryo Chomp is the #1 in our list.